Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that good stuff. Welcome to another awesome episode of Wine, Hops, and Road Stop, shot on location inside the safety and warmth of the Latimer compound with my best friend, my wife, the co-host, or the host. I'm the co-host now, Desiree Bonomo. Hi.
Hello.
It is almost Christmas time. When you're seeing this, if you're seeing this for the first time when it airs, it's airing on December 23rd. Sorry, Christmas Eve. So it's right before Christmas time. So this is our Christmas show. So Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everybody. And to you too.
You too.
That's right. And if you like what we do, Facebook.com/Wine Hops and Road Stops is our Facebook page. Join our group. We talk all about wine, beer, and good food on the show. And this is our Christmas show. So we got Christmas stuff to talk about.
Are you sure it's a Christmas show?
Yeah, I believe it's a Christmas show.
Are you sure? I couldn't tell.
Yes. I got my antlers on.
Oh, are those new?
They are brand new. Yes, you bought them for the dog, and none of the dogs will wear them, so now I am. So there we go. So to close out 2020, this is our last show for 2020 and the last show of the season, but we will be back in the winter, probably somewhere around late January, early February, I believe, with more shows. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Right now we're closing out 2020, the year that was not.
Yeah, let's get a move on, get it out of here.
But we have some booze news to end the year, so here it is. Breweries are going back to the basics. In general, traditional beer styles are far less expensive to the brewers than, say, a double dry hop New England double IPA. So, as finances continue to tighten, experts are saying breweries and consumers will get back to the basics. 2021 may bring more straightforward styles like pilsners, ales, and lagers to the market. What do you think?
I hope not. We don't need anything boring and basic next year, not after this year.
That's true. I mean, I like what a lot of brewers and breweries are doing. Like, they're really experimenting, and the last couple of years, there's been a lot of that. I mean, who would expect like a habanero mango IPA even 5-10 years ago?
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah. I don't want them to go back to boring stuff. I think it may be like a purely an economic thing, but I also don't want them to cut back on the ingredients. Like if they're saying they're going to make a double dry hopped mango habanero IPA, don't use cheap ingredients. Keep on using those awesome ingredients. And we may have to pay a little bit more for those beers, but
that's okay. We'll do that.
If it's good, I'll pay for it. How's that?
That's perfect.
Yes, but I really do think we're going to see a little bit more being introduced. Probably from the bigger guys, they'll probably introduce some more like basic styles. Who knows? Who knows what 2021 is actually going to be like? So, I mean, I don't know.
It'll be the best thing ever with the best beer ever.
That's true. The experts don't even know though. So.
They never know.
Yeah. Okay, here's another thing that you'll probably enjoy in a way. Seltzers are still going strong. Distributors expect the hard seltzer segment to end the year of 2020 with 155% growth and come close to doubling in 2021, with much of the growth coming from the leading brands White Claw and Truly. So everyone, expect your local beer store to be stocking up more and more, because these companies will be cranking out more of that fizzy stuff, because, if you like something, they got to make 25 varieties. And if you like those 25 varieties, they're going to make 25 more. And they're going to continue until you're overloaded with seltzer.
Yeah, we don't.
What?
I don't need any more seltzer.
No,
I like
good?
the ones we have.
No, I agree. There should be a limit on the amount of seltzer you actually imbibe. I don't want to say I'm not a fan, because a lot of men are just like, oh, I'm not a fan of the seltzer. The seltzer will knock you on your butt if you drink enough of it. Most of that seltzer, at least the ones that we had on the show, most of it was not like under like 6%. No. Am I right? 5-6%. Right. So it's bigger than your normal Coors Light, guys. I'll just tell you that. I like some of it. We even did our top 5. Didn't we? Our top 3 or top 5, something like that. I like some of it. I don't really need 1,001 varieties. No. But it's selling apparently. Now some people have told me it's not selling as well as it did in the summer. But who knows? Well,
maybe it's more of a summer thing. Maybe it's a porch beer kind of thing.
Well, yeah, maybe it is a beach beer, a beach seltzer thing. I wouldn't call it beer. Malt beverage, I think, is how it's classified. So it is in the beer category. I read about that today. Because I was wondering, like, how, you know, they're looking at these percentages of the beer market. And it's like almost 5% of everything sold in the beer market now is a seltzer. So that's pretty interesting, I guess. It's not our thing, though, is it? We like beer and wine.
We do.
And tequila.
I like seltzers in the summer, but that's how you like porters and things in the winter. It's just a seasonal preference.
Sure, yeah, sure. All right, so don't go away. We'll be right back with more wine hops and road stops after these messages. And when we come back, we're going to sample some holiday beers. We have holiday beers part 2 right now, you know, because we did some last episode. So we're going to finish off the year with some holiday beers. And I'm pretty interested in some of these because one of them's like a meat beer. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yes.
Straight from Jersey to you. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Welcome back to Wine Hops and Road Stops, a wonderful holiday episode. We have 3 holiday beers in front of us. Desiree, host of the show, right here with me. What do we have in front of us?
Well, right here, Jeffrey, we have Merry Monkey by Victory Brewing Company.
Okay.
This is our Jersey beer. This is our Exit 7 Pork Roll Porter from Flying Fish.
Cool.
And that one is a cold brew coffee ale from Spetzel Brewery.
Okay.
If I didn't say that right, somebody please tell me. Hopefully it doesn't mean anything silly that I just said. Let me know.
Too bad. I'd just say too bad if I mispronounced. Too bad. Okay, so I'm really interested in the second beer we got, the meat beer, I'll call it, the pork roll. We'll get to that in a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do is Merry Monkey by Victory. Now, Victory is a regional brewing company here in Pennsylvania. I think they're out of Downingtown. I think so. Everything I've ever had by Victory, I don't think I've ever had a bad beer by them. They make top-notch beers. Especially for a Pennsylvania brewery. I mean, there's a lot of competition because a lot of our breweries here in PA, I hate to say it, guys, but I mean, there's a lot of good beer in our area. And this is one of them. So, Merry Monkey, this is a Belgian style ale. It's pretty big, I think, isn't it? 10%? Mm-hmm. So, let's pop this bad boy open using the opener Kendra gave me, our daughter. I kind of almost got it open like that. It's like half open. So I'm going to try again. Oh, boy.
Ta-da!
Done. There. Jeez. Man, talk about
Fighting you.
Talk about rough. This ostrich opener here. It's cute. I love it to death. But, man, I cannot get it to work sometimes. Okay, here we go. Let's check this bad boy out. Ooh, look at that. Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, I'm starting to sound creepy. I better stop. Oh, all right. Yeah. So, this guy's Belgian Ale, so this is going to be strong. This is going, it says here it's made with 2 different types of hops. The Cascade hop and the Tetnag hop, which I've never had.
Thank you.
Or, no, I've had that. It's not as common as like Cascade. Cascade's very common. It's a very common hop. Found in a lot of your ales. You could smell the cranberry and like the cinnamon. And I'm just gonna go for it. Let's go. Wow. There's a lot. There's a lot of flavor in that. And I gotta say this, they don't really hide the booze very well in this. So you could really taste the booze in this. It's quite boozy. Or like someone who used to be on the show would say, the alcohol burn is there. Let me tell you. Now, not a bad beer. Lots and lots of cranberry, nutmeg, cinnamon, everything in my notes here is exactly what I'm smelling. And tasting. But, you know, they got that, there's this little harsh bite at the end.
Yeah. What
are you getting out of that?
Yeah, it's definitely boozy. I can definitely taste a lot of booze. I can smell a lot of hops in it, though.
Oh, yeah, it's has a big nose to it, just like mine. Ha! The malt, it's a Pilsner roasted malted barley, which is probably why it's lighter than I expected it to be. It's good. I wouldn't drink this all night.
It has a toasty aftertaste.
Yeah, it does. This is like after like Christmas Eve dinner, I would have one of these just to kind of get into the holiday spirit, maybe.
To jumpstart it.
Or just to jumpstart.
This would jumpstart it, I think.
This would definitely, yeah, that's true. That's true. This is something I could see my brother Chris giving to me. Here you go, Jeff.
I was just thinking that same thing.
You're thinking this reminds you of Chris?
It does.
Okay.
It does. He would definitely have this after Christmas Eve supper.
Well, the next thing reminds me of your family, pork roll porter from the lovely people at Flying Fish Brewery. So talk about pork roll. Before we get into this, tell the story about pork roll, because you, being kind of like a Jersey girl, kind of, you lived there for enough years to be considered a Jersey girl.
Yes,
my Jersey
my
girl.
family is from there.
Right. Part of my family is from Jersey too.
Are you one of those North Jersey Italians?
We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about pork roll.
Okay, pork roll. Actually, pork roll was invented by a man named John Taylor, who came from the same area as my family, right outside of Trenton.
Okay.
So,
now, when you're in Jersey, there's some people call it pork roll, some people call it Taylor ham.
Yeah, that's true. It can go either way. It is technically called Taylor pork roll, but Jersey Shore and that whole side, you're getting a pork roll sandwich. You're not ordering Taylor ham. They'll throw you out.
Are you talking about Jersey Shore like The Situation and the other guys? Like they were arguing about that on the show the one time?
They're not even from Jersey.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this beer, I actually am so happy to say that I got to drink this on tap.
And was it early smoky? All right, never mind. Okay.
Can we not relive that?
Okay, you lived by those people, didn't you?
I was there when they were filming that. Yeah.
Oh, that must have been horrible every day. I know your brother wanted to go see them at one time. I could just imagine like the horribleness that would have ensued.
Bad.
Yeah. Okay, so you had this on tap. Where'd you have this on tap? Let's give a plug to our place.
Yes, Firewaters in Atlantic City in the Tropicana. And
I miss you.
Yes, I got to have it right there on the boardwalk. It was delicious, and I suspect it's going to be just as good right here in Latimer from the can.
Well, I don't.
Smoky and meaty?
Yeah, actually, it kind of is.
What do you think?
Ooh, this is definitely the state's quintessential breakfast meat in liquid form. It's not bad. It's not.
It doesn't actually taste like meat. It has that smoky flavor.
Yeah. See, we've had other like meat-based beers before.
I love meat-based
like
smoky beers.
Like the Kabasi beer. We've had stuff like that before. I don't even know if we really talked about it much on the show, but we've had that. This doesn't have that overabundance of meat taste.
No.
There's more like caramel flavor to it. There's a little bit of chocolate almost. Yeah, there's like a hint of chocolate to it. It's actually really good. Yeah, and there's a smoke flavor to it. More so than like a pork roll flavor. It's smoky.
I will agree with that.
Yeah, you're not going to taste meat.
No. I also don't taste a lot of booze in this.
No, but it is boozy.
Yes.
This
hides it very well.
Yes, this didn't hide it very well, but this one does.
Yeah, this one's 7.5%. So yeah, that one's
it's still up there. It's not as thick as it looks. I mean, it's dark, but not completely black, and the mouthfeel isn't as thick as I would think it would be. It's a little bit thinner than expected. Still really good. Flavor profiles, I'm going to go with chocolate, just a little bit of spice, but mainly you got that smoke flavor in there. If this wasn't labeled pork roll, I wouldn't say, oh, I taste pork roll. If this was just labeled like smoky beer, that would probably be a better way to describe it, because And that's probably a good thing for people who are kind of grossed out by like, oh, meat beer. Just the name of it is like, oh, pork roll? I don't want pork roll in my beer.
No, this is more of a chocolatey, smoky porter. That's
and it's good. I'm surprised because, again, I'm not a huge fan of these meat beers, but you are.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. This doesn't exactly taste like you could dump it on your ham or egg and cheese sandwich in the morning and have yourself a...
You know what, though? If you marinated something with this, would probably be really good.
Okay, well, we'll have to try that.
Yeah, I think we're going to. Next up, Shiner Cold Brew Coffee Ale. Cold brew coffee. Okay, well, hey, man. I'm all about that, right? Let's see. Did that open? Oh, my God, it did. Oh, wow. Look at that. Popped it off. All right. Thank you, Kendra. Okay, so Shiner. We all know about Shiner Bock. So this is their cold brew coffee. Let's see. There you go, dear.
Now, I believe they took their beer and married it with this chameleon cold brew. I guess that's a big thing in Texas where they're from.
Okay.
So let's see how they did.
I don't know anything about chameleon cold brew now. What I do know is there's not a lot of nose on this compared to the other two we've been drinking. I'm not smelling a lot of stuff here. Now this is an ale, so it's going to be lighter because most of these cold brew coffee beers are usually porters, stouts. This isn't one of them.
No. But I feel like this is the new thing they're doing, coffee ales.
Yeah.
Because we've seen a few of these, so yeah.
There's a very clean finish, and it almost tastes like a lager more so than an ale. I'm not getting a lot of coffee out of this stuff.
No.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm sorry, Shiner. It's okay. I expected more out of this. I expected more coffee flavor out of this one. You can taste it. It's there. It's light, and it's also the lowest in ABV compared to of these three. It's only 5%. I'm saying only 5%. So, but that's average for a beer that we usually showcase on the show is around 5%. So, there's our beers for this week. Our last three Christmas beers of the year. This is probably the most Christmassy. Merry Monkey from Victory. You like meat? Try some pork roll. You want to try a coffee beer that isn't overly coffeified?
Coffeified. Yeah.
It's your Shiner. Yeah. There you go. So, when we come back, what are we going to talk about? We got way more in store for you on the show. What do we got?
Well, we're at the end of the year, so we're going to talk about some things that you can drink for New Year's Eve.
All right. And then after that, of course,
the things you drink the day after New Year's Eve.
Hangover Cures. Don't go away. We got more Wine, Hops, Road Stops coming up after this. Welcome back to Wine, Hops, and Road Stop Shut on location at the Latimer Compound in Latimer. This is our last show of the year, so we're going to talk about a few drinks you can make on New Year's Eve as we say goodbye to this horrible, horrible year. Before we do that, of course, if you like what you see here and like what we're doing, join us on Facebook, facebook.com/Wine, Hops, and Road Stops, and of course the Facebook group. Talk to all your wine and beer and food-loving friends. And me and Des, of course. Well, just talk to Des because that's all you guys usually do. You don't really talk to me anymore. You just send her fan mail because you're doing a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
And one of our members said they love when we make drinks.
Why wouldn't you?
It's
I like it too.
So we told her, like, yeah, absolutely, we'll make some more drinks. And
yeah, she specifically wanted something for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, so here we go. What do we have in front of us? I just popped the cork off camera because I was afraid it was going to be a mess. We have some champagne, we have some Guinness, and we have a glass. What are we doing with this?
Yes, very simple. This is called a Black Velvet. And now we're all going to have that song in our heads for the rest of the night.
Alana Miles?
That's correct.
I'm not going to sing it.
No.
It's
that's a total earworm, that one.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. I can hear it. I can see the video. I'm going back to like 1992 right now.
That might even been 1990.
Get me out of it. Get me out of it.
All right, well, let's get past the song and move on to the drink.
Okay.
Okay, this one is actually very simple.
Yep.
And I'm going to let you do the honors. I will walk you through it.
Okay.
Okay.
So first thing we do is we pour champagne into here?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a 1-to-1 ratio.
Okay.
4 ounces to 4 ounces. So.
Well.
Ish.
Okay.
Okay. So
all right.
champagne in
I don't
there.
really like
it's already
champagne.
sparkly and pretty.
Yeah, I hate
which
champagne.
Is what most New Year's drinks are all about.
That's true.
Everyone will have champagne on hand. Get yourself a bottle of Guinness, and you're just going to want to pour that right on top.
Now, you don't necessarily have to pour it over a spoon, or do you?
Well, if you want that layered look, you can, but
I'll probably mess
really
it up.
matter.
I'll probably mess it up, so I'm just going to do it.
Okay.
We'll
Yes, the trick is if you pour it over the back of the spoon, it just layers on top of the champagne.
At least it should.
But it doesn't matter because there it is. It's called a black velvet because it gets that nice, rich, dark color.
Yeah, there you go.
Go ahead. You can try first.
Well, I poured it. I better be able to try it first. Ooh.
Oh?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what. That makes champagne bearable. The next time we have champagne, we better have a Guinness next to it.
And why do you not like champagne, dear?
Tastes like feet. Yeah.
I suspect this does not.
It smells like feet. I don't know what feet tastes like. I don't go around eating feet or putting feet in my mouth ever.
Oh. Oh.
You like that or no?
Yeah, this is really good.
Yeah, okay, great. We'll stop talking about feet. We'll start talking about black velvet.
Let's talk about this. The drink, not the song.
No, I'm not going to sing it because we'll get a copyright strike and our video will be taken down.
See what I deal with?
So this is great. That is really good. I love that. I think, you know what? New Year's Eve, we're drinking black velvet.
Woohoo! I'm okay with that.
Yeah, well, can we recap this? I'm not sure.
I'll get you another book.
Okay.
Liquor stores are still open there.
I'll just drink Guinness.
I would love to just drink Guinness, but this is a nice, easy, simple cocktail for the night. It has a little bit of sweetness. It
from the champagne,
so well.
it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
hooray.
That kind of milky flavor from the Guinness, just perfect.
So, I'm going to move this stuff out of the way because we got something else we're going to do.
Okay, yes we do.
Pretty excited about this.
Now I know most people are probably not getting together in large groups. However, that doesn't mean we can't have fun with it. It doesn't mean we can't act like we're having a large gathering, a large party for New Year's.
All right, I'm down with it.
So this is a fun way.
I can dig where you're coming from, man.
This is a very fun way to keep that spirit alive.
Yes.
With an orange.
Okay, I love oranges.
Okay.
Yeah.
All you're going to do is cut the bottom off that orange. Ooh. Just a little bit. Just a little bit to flatten it out, okay?
Right.
All right, say that.
Okay.
Ta-da. Then you want to cut a hole in the top of your orange.
All right.
Just like that.
Yep. Simple enough.
Right. This is very simple. One of these little awesome mini bottles. Here we have Pinnacle Citrus.
Okay.
Vodka.
Okay, should pair perfect with the citrus root that we're going to put in.
Pretty much use anything, I think, that would mix with the orange juice.
Okay.
This you want to do the night before. You could do as many as you want. You just take that bottle, you shove it in there, and you let it sit overnight.
Okay.
Okay.
That's about it.
When it's done, you cut it up and you serve it that way. And then you have a nice boozy orange. Now, the cool thing about that is if you end up not using all of it, because it's probably pretty boozy by the time you're done, you can slice that up, throw it in the freezer. You can put it in your drinks, in a Cosmopolitan, in a margarita.
Oh, I love it.
Anything you want to do with that. Yeah.
That's really cool. I love it. I love it.
You should always freeze your fruit.
This kind of reminds me of back in the day when you used to do that to a watermelon with a big bottle of vodka.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really cool. Really cool. And these are called, of course, they're just called drunken oranges.
Drunken oranges.
There you go. I love oranges, so I can't wait to eat this.
I would make sure that you tell the kiddos not to touch that.
Keep your kids away from the booze.
You can make a kid-friendly version with some ginger ale.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you go.
Or Sprite.
Or Sprite, yeah. Good. I go with ginger ale.
I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Your New Year's Eve is set.
Yeah. Let's make the most of it.
Yeah, exactly, because we'll be in town this New Year's Eve.
Yeah, last year we were on the Strip in Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, we were. Oh well, we got more show coming up after these messages from our sponsors don't go away. We got some Hangover Cures coming because, New Year's Day, you're going to need some of these. Don't go away. We'll be right back. That's right. Our dog's staring at us. Look how he's staring at us.
Because you're wearing his antlers.
Oh boy. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the last segment of Wine Hops and Road Stops. This is our holiday show. This is our end of the year show. And we thank you for staying with us all through season 5. And we got season 6 coming up in a little bit, middle of winter, I believe, somewhere around end of January, beginning of February. Season 6, we've been around a long time. And I want to thank you for being my co-host, taking over the show, and bringing your expertise to all things drinking to the show.
I learned a lot during quarantine.
I'll tell you, yeah, we all did. I'll tell you what, you're doing great, and we're going to talk about the dreaded day after now.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we're going to talk about hangover cures for the holiday season. The first thing you should do is prevent your hangover. Now, I've never done this before, but I will say, if you do run across a copy of my book, The Beer Drinker's Guide to Survival, which I wrote back, 15 years ago at least, if not more, 17 years ago. Yeah, there's a section about hangovers, and hangovers are the worst. But, if you can't find my book, next best thing, my wife is going to tell you all about hangover prevention is the first thing you should do, right?
Yes, let's try not to be feeling all sick and crappy the next day.
Right.
So to do that, you want to start off by eating before you even go out.
Absolutely.
Make sure you get some food in your stomach. Never drink on an empty stomach. It's just all kinds of bad.
Right. Okay. And of course, obviously, don't overindulge in booze. And pace yourself. No, like you're not running the booze marathon. Okay.
Right. You got all night. Pace yourself, take it easy. You'll get there, but you don't have to get there all at once. And then make sure you're drinking water. Most people say, oh yeah, I drink water. I start off drinking water, and then everybody forgets about the water. Try to alternate your drink. If you're at the bar and you're ordering a drink, the next time order water or get them at the same time.
When the bars are open, because
Okay, well, yeah. We're trying to just sound normal here.
In the before time, when you can actually go to a bar. If it happens, which it probably will, you're going to need a hangover cure. So, the next day you wake up, you feel like you've been hit by a locomotive.
Okay, well, there is technically no cure. Your body just has to ride it out. But you can definitely make yourself feel better. So you have to replace all those electrolytes. Try to eat something if you can, bananas, toast, something. Back in the day, my go-to was Kraft mac and cheese and Sunny Delight.
Okay.
Which makes sense. Or a Big Mac.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, a lot of people swear by the greasy food.
Your body craves that. Peanut butter. Peanut butter is what I do now because it's usually all I can tolerate. But peanut butter is very good for that. Ginger and mint or can soothe your stomach. So a mint tea, a little bit of ginger, very good to soothe your stomach. On top of some Tylenol, but always with some kind of drink. Gatorade, Pedialyte for you parents out there. If you have Pedialyte, that's probably one of the best things you can do. Right,
and you're also saying coconut water.
Yes.
If you could stand this, I really don't like this stuff, but a V8, right?
Well, then there's that whole hair of the dog theory. And, that's where drinking a little more alcohol in the morning kind of just jumpstarts you back into recovery.
Now, not only is Hair of the Dog an awesome album from the 1970s band Nazareth, it also means the idea that drinking more alcohol the next day is going to help, right?
Yes, there is no scientific proof to that. There is a lot of debate by the experts on whether this can really happen, but some people swear by it, and some people go straight for the mimosa or the Bloody Mary.
Teresa.
Teresa's the mimosa.
Shout out to Teresa. The big T.
Bloody Marys, I love them. Yeah. I don't even have to be hungover. We're definitely going to get into that another day.
How about next season we'll do some Bloody Marys for you? Yeah, so there you go. Okay, Hairy Dog Cocktail. Let's talk about this.
Okay, well, there's different variations of this, and I've seen it with all different kinds of liquor and different things and cream, and none of that sounds good to me. However, the one we're going to make today has our favorite spirit in it.
Gin! Yay! All right, let's get rolling here.
Okay. So you want 3 ounces of gin, which is roughly 2 shot glasses. And now it's going to go right in the shaker. Sounds good so far, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you don't want to use awful gin either. You want to use at least your average brand of gin, which we're using Amsterdam right now, which to me is your middle of the road gin. It's a good gin for the price. You know, because some gin, I mean, it's very expensive.
Right.
But that's a really good gin. This will get the job done. You don't want to go bottom of the barrel, though, because that tastes like pine trees.
Yeah, that's not going to help.
Yeah, it's going to make it any worse. So at least go with the middle of the road, the middle shelf gin, like New Amsterdam. You don't have to do Bombay Sapphire, although it'd probably be even better.
Really good.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Okay, so you also want to add roughly 1/4 ounce, so a good squeeze of lemon.
Okay.
Okay. This is where it starts getting a little crazy. Like I said,
it's
a hot sauce.
Yeah. Okay, you don't want to burn your butt with this stuff. Don't go crazy with the Reaper pepper hot sauce.
No, this is just your basic Texas Pete hot sauce.
That's good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you really don't want to go stronger than that.
You can, but
it's all to what you can tolerate.
Yeah.
Just remember, the idea is to keep everything down, to settle your stomach. Yeah, you don't want this coming back up. Okay, so just a few dashes of that.
Okay.
So then you're going to close that up. And you're going to do the shake the correct way.
There you go. You were never a bartender, were you?
I was not.
Oh, okay.
Why was that really bad?
No, that's pretty good.
I've
seen worse. Yeah.
John Taffer taught me a lot.
Oh,
and you're going to strain that into your glass.
Okay.
Then you're going to add a slice of jalapeno.
Okay. Right in.
Right in.
Okay. Well, you made it so you can drink it.
Oh. All right, then. Smells like gin.
So it's basically gin and lemon juice with some hot sauce and a pepper in it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't hate it.
So is this what we're drinking later tonight?
It could be.
Maybe.
I think the gin tends to settle your stomach, maybe. Maybe that's why it's a gin drink.
Berry?
Yeah.
So there you have it. There's our show for the year, for the season, for everything. I hope you guys enjoyed. our 5th season. I really do. It was awesome to come to you every 2 weeks from our home, and showcase a lot of restaurants this time around. A lot of some breweries, some good beers, some good wine, some good food. And remember, I really have to stress this, especially right now. Support your local businesses. Support those restaurants. They're having a really hard time right now. Support your smaller microbreweries and your craft breweries in Pennsylvania or wherever you are, really, since you're seeing this probably throughout the world, and the whole world's in the same state pretty much. I really like this.
And this is one of my pet peeves, but I'm gonna say it anyway.
Do it.
We'll see you next year.
Yeah, which is only a few weeks away, but that's okay. And a lot of crazy things happened this year, but we still have each other, and I'm still happy about that. So Merry Christmas, everybody. And I'm going to show you something. Well, I want to show you something. I want to show the audience this, the people at home. I have not cut my hair since COVID. So,
yeah.
So yeah, check that out. So this is like, me, shaking my fist to the man and being metal. We'll see you next year. We'll see you next season on Wine House and Roast Tops. Remember, life is too short to have bad beer, so have a good beer and drink it with somebody you love. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Yep, yes I am.
Oh, that's fun.
You're the best.